King Solomon said that without vision, people will perish. And my question is, what is your vision? What is the vision? Why are you here? Why are you doing what you're doing? You see, because only when you have vision, then life stops happening to you, but you start happening to life. Only when you have vision, do you stop telling God how big your problems are, but then you start telling your problems how big God is. It's about vision. And what is your vision for being here? And the only way you're going to have that vision is by making sure that your whys are bigger than your excuses. We spoke about that on the group, right? Your whys. What is your why for being here? You know, the month of Ramadan, if your whys aren't there, you're going to crash. One whole year you've been going, and now you've got a whole month. Your whys need to be huge. So Ramadan's coming up, and Ramadan sets the tone for us, right, for the rest of the year. Okay? Ramadan tends to be a time when we actually ask a lot of our du'as. It's true that if you help yourself, Allah helps you, that this is the year when I feel all doors for us will be open. Okay? So pray, and pray hard. Okay? Pray hard for everything you've ever wanted about your health, because if ever there was a year when these du'as are going to come true, I feel it's this year. Okay? But the big question is, what are your du'as going to be? You know, how big are your dreams going to be? You can always tell the level of faith a person has by the size of his dreams, right? Because a true believer will dream bigger and aim higher than others, because he understands the size of the Lord he serves, right? Allah's put no limits on us. Each and every limit we have, we weren't born with, okay? We've put it on ourselves. So my question is, what are you going to pray for during this month? But as well as Allah giving us these no limits, He also puts us through adversity, right? To grow us, okay? We're squeezed, we're pressed, and life becomes tough sometimes. But the biggest thing about all of that is to understand why we're going through this. That are you going through it, or are you growing through it, okay? There was a man once who went into a restaurant, and the chef goes to him, "What's wrong? You look so beaten down, you look so down." And he goes, "You know what? Life's tough." He goes, "I'm really finding life tough." And the chef goes, "Sit down." And so the chef done, he got 3 pots of water, and he put it on the stove. And the man goes, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Don't worry." And then he let the water boil. And in one of the pots, he put some potatoes. In another pot, he put some eggs. And then in the other pot, he put some coffee beans. Later, he turned off the cooker, and then he put the potatoes in a plate, he put the eggs in a plate, and he put the coffee in a mug. And he goes to the man, "What can you see?" And the man goes, "I can see potatoes, I can see eggs, and I can see a mug of coffee." He knows, "But look closely." He goes, "See, each of the 3 went through the same adversity, right? They all went through boiling water, but each of them reacted differently. The potato went in hard, unrelenting and strong, but it came out soft and mushy. The eggs went in fragile, okay, with a thin outer coat and a liquid interior." He goes, "Look, it turned hard, but the difference was the coffee beans. It went through the same adversity. What the coffee beans done is it created something new. It changed what was around it." So he goes, when you go through adversity, are you going to be a potato? Are you going to be an egg? Or are you going to be the coffee bean? See, because life's going to happen to us, right? Life's going to happen around us. But what is most important is what happens within us. You know, just like Ramadan sets the tone for the rest of the year, when you wake up in the morning, how do you set the tone for the rest of your day? What do you do? What do you do to find that level of champion inside of you? You know, it was a great Lazu who said, right? He said that mastering others is strength, but mastering yourself is true power. How is it that you master yourself every single morning? What is it that you do? I have no limits in life. And only if I wake up like that, then I can live that life, okay? You know, we're all God's ambassadors on this earth, right? So why would God want any of us to walk around sick, tired and defeated? There's no glory for Him in that. He put us on this earth to prosper. Because each and every one of us, we are that champion. And you know, every limit that we put on us stops Allah's bounties coming to us, right? What if you could lift your limits? What if you could lift your lid? Maybe that will allow Allah to actually dig into you and pull everything out of you. And that's what we need to do this month. King Solomon said that without vision, people will perish. And my question is, what is your vision? What is the vision? Why are you here? Why are you doing what you're doing? You see, because only when you have vision, then life stops happening to you, but you start happening to life. Only when you have vision, do you stop telling God how big your problems are, but then you start telling your problems how big God is. It's about vision. And what is your vision for being here? And the only way you're going to have that vision is by making sure that your whys are bigger than your excuses. We spoke about that on the group, right? Your whys. What is your why for being here? You know, the month of Ramadan, if your whys aren't there, you're going to crash. One whole year you've been going, and now you've got a whole month. Your whys need to be huge. February 11th, 1990, a great thing happened. There was one of the biggest fights there ever was. It was Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas. Okay, Mike Tyson was a reigning champion. Everyone knew he was going to win. Okay, so that was set even before it happened. And Mike Tyson knocked Buster Douglas out. And he was just about to finish. And all of a sudden, Buster Douglas got up. And within a few punches, he actually knocked Mike Tyson out. And the papers and the news said Goliath had fallen. One of the biggest upsets in history. And no one knew how it happened. And in a press conference, they asked Buster Douglas, they go, how did you do it? What happened? You were down and out. He goes, my mother told everyone that I was going to beat Mike Tyson. And 2 days before this match, my mother died. So I had two choices. I could either die with my mother or I could live my mother. And that was his why. You know, Buster Douglas managed to knock Mike Tyson out because his why was bigger than Mike's punch, because his why was bigger than defeat, because his why was bigger than failure. And my question to you is, if you haven't got your whys, and if your whys aren't big enough, you're going to be knocked out in the ring of life. Make your whys huge. And when you're so tired and your mind is flat, that's when your heart speaks out, says, keep going. That's where champions are made. And each and every one of you are champions. So what I want you to do is rise, all of you. All of you are champions. I want you to high five five people around you with proper energy. Let's get in the circle and let's make this last session an awesome session.